Brian Giles with Brian Giles NTG. And this is Unfinity Card Spoilers, video number 11. So we're going to get started off into another attraction. Bounce Chamber with the good results of 4 and 6. To visit it, you return a creature you don't control with the lowest toughness among creatures you don't control to its owner's hand. If multiple creatures are tied, choose any one of them. Next up, we have Aerial Fant. 1 white, 3 colorless for 3/2. Elephant Performer with flying. When Aerial Fant enters the battlefield, you get a ticket. Then you may put a sticker on a non-land permanent you own. Next up is Blank Bird Gets the Worm. 2 white and 3 for a 2/4 bird guest with flying. When this creature enters the battlefield, you may put a name sticker on it. You gain X life, where X is the number of unique vowels on that sticker. The vowels are A, E, I, O, U, and Y. Next up is Clowning Around. Because clowns. 1 white and 1 for a sorcery that reads, create 2 1/1 white clown robot artifact creature tokens. Then roll a 6-sided die. If the result is equal or less than the number of robots you control, create a 1/1 white clown robot artifact creature token. Next up is Gobsmacked. 1 white and 1 for an enchantment aura that reads enchant non-land permanent. As Gobsmacked enters the battlefield, choose a person outside the game. As long as you can see the chosen person from your seat, enchanted permanent can attack or block, and its activated abilities can't be activated. That's nutty. Now, next up is Impounding Lotbot. 1 white, 3 colors for a 3/4 artifact creature robot. When Impounding Lotbot enters the battlefield, you may say, incarcerate, in a robot voice. If you do, exile another target artifact or enchantment until Impounding Lotbot leaves the battlefield. Next up is Jetpack Janitor. 1 white, 2 colors for a human employee with Alpha Strike. Again, some more troping on Mech Warrior stuff. So, Alpha Strike, this creature has first strike as long as it's blocking or being blocked by a creature that comes after it alphabetically. Next up is Leading Performance. 1 white and 1 for a sorcery that reads, choose 2 letters. Put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control whose name begins with either of the chosen letters. Next up is Now You See Me. 1 white mana for an instant that reads, exile target creature you control. Then return to the battlefield under its owner's control with X +1/+1 counters on it, where X is the number of mirrors on walls you can see from your seat. That's just, more Unfinity silliness. Next up is Ride Guide. 1 white, 4 colors for a 4/4 human employee. When Ride Guide enters the battlefield, open an attraction. Next up, we have Sanguine Sipper. 1 white, 1 colorless for a 3/1 vampire guest. When Sanguine Sipper has lifelink as long as you controlled a stickered permanent. Next up is Tapper, also known as Tapper. 1 white for a 1/2 artifact creature clown robot. Tap an untapped creature you control that has a hat. Tap target creature. Next up, we have Bag Check. two blue and a colorless for an instant that reads counter target spell, then ask a person outside the game if that spell looks dangerous to them. If they say yes, draw a card, then discard a card. Next up is Bamboozling Beeble. 1 blue mana for a 1/1 Beeble with protection from robots. 1 colorless mana, tap it. Next time a target player would roll 1 or more dice this turn, instead they roll that many dice plus 1, and you choose one of those rolls to ignore. Next up is Blufferfish. 2 blue and 4 colors for a 3/6 fish that has 1 blue and 3. An opponent tells you a statement about themselves and secretly knows whether it's true or false. You guess which it is. If you guess correctly, Blufferfish gets +2/+0 and can't be blocked this turn. Well, we came across this in the Rosewater text spoilers. That's what this little thing is all about. So that's a game of true or false. And again, it's playing on kind of the unset, type of silliness and party gaming that you see, in these unsets. Next up is Boing! 1 blue and 1 for an instant that reads return target creature to its owner's hand and roll a 6-sided die. If the result is 3 or less, then scry a number of cards equal to the result. And you know what? It doesn't have a acorn stamp on the bottom. So again, this is one of those cards you can use in a standard deck. Yeah. But a lot of people don't like the dice rolling because they say it slows down the game. Which, in a sense, it does. Next up is Crowkid and Fibonacci. 1 blue and 4 colors for a 4/3 frog guest. Crowkid and Fibonacci has flying as long as you control a stickered permanent. Next up is Decisions. 1 blue, 3 colors for a sorcery that reads, reveal the top 3 cards of your library, then choose a constant. Y counts. Put each card that has the chosen letter in the first word of its name from among them into your hand and the rest on the bottom of your library. Again, more letters matters type things. Next up is Focused Funambulist. 1 blue and 1 for a 2/1 human performer with flash. As Focused Funambulist enters the battlefield, we put an art sticker on the empty side of the balancing pole. When you do, ask a person outside the game, does this look balanced? If they say yes, you may tap or untap target creature. Interesting. But it is acorn stamp, so it's restricted to unsets. Next up is Glitter Flitter. 1 blue and 2 colors for a 2/2 fairy performer with flying. It says when Glitter Flitter enters the battlefield, you get a ticket and you may put a sticker on a non-land permanent you own. Next up is Motion Sickness. 1 blue and 3 for an enchantment aura. Enchant creature. When motion sickness enters the battlefield, tapped enchanted creature. Enchanted creature doesn't untap during its controller's untap step. Whenever you visit an attraction, you may attach motion sickness to target tapped creature. Next up, we have Prize Wall. 1 blue and 1 for a 0/4 wall with Defender. For 1 blue, tap it, you get a ticket. For 1 blue and 4, tap it, you may put a sticker on a non-land permanent you own, activate only as a sorcery. Okay, we have Seasoned Buttoneer. 1 blue and 2 for a 2/2 Vidalcan employee. When Seasoned Buttoneer enters the battlefield, open an attraction. Next up is Super Duper Lost. 1 blue and 4 for an instant that reads, put target creature into its owner's library beneath the top X cards of that library, where X is the number of doors you can see from your seat. It's another card troping Fibblethip. Next up, we have Unlawful Entry. 1 blue and 1 for an instant that reads, target creature gets +1/+0 and gains flying till end of turn. Whenever you put an art sticker on a creature, you may return Unlawful Entry from your graveyard to your hand. Next up, we have Deadbeat Attendant. 1 black and 1 for a 1/1 vampire employee. The Deadbeat Attendant enters the battlefield, open an attraction. Now we have Disembowel. Not Disembowel, Disembowel. So 2 black, 3 colors for a sorcery that reads, destroy target creature. That creature's controller loses 1 life for each unique vowel in that creature's name. The vowels are A, E, I, O, U, and Y. More vowels and letters matters. Dissatisfied customer. 1 black, 2 colors for a 2/1 vampire guest with flying and haste. When dissatisfied customer enters the battlefield, roll a 6-sided die. If the result is 3 or less, you lose that much life. Now we have Down for Repairs. 1 black and 2 colors for a sorcery that reads, target opponent reveals their hands. You choose a non-land card from it. That player discards that card. Destroy up to 1 target attraction that player controls. Next up, we have Line Cutter. 1 black, 3 colors for a 3/4 human rogue guest. When Line Cutter enters the battlefield, roll to visit your attractions. Excuse me. Excuse me again. Next up, we have Questionable Cuisine. 1 black, 3 colors for a sorcery that reads, return up to 2 target creature cards from your graveyard to your hand. Create a food token for each trash can you can see from your seat. Food token is an artifact with pay 2 colors, tap it, sacrifice this artifact, you gain 3 life. Next up is Rat in the Hat. 1 black mana for a 1/2 rat rogue. Sacrifice Rat in the Hat until end of turn. You may cast target creature card that has a hat from your graveyard. Then we have Scared Stiff. 1 black and 2 colors for a 3/2 zombie coward guest. Scared Stiff has menace as long as you control the stickered permanent. Next up we have Scooch. 1 black and 1 for an instant that reads add or subtract 1 from target creature's power, target player's life total, or target's die result. The target die rolls result. Try saying that fast, real times. And you draw a card. Next up, we have 6-sided die. A 6-sided die. 1 black, 2 colorless for an instant that reads choose target creature, roll a 6-sided die. 1, it has base toughness 1 till end of turn. 2, put 2 -1/-1 counters on it. 3, 6-sided die deals 3 damage to it and you gain 3 life. 4, it gets -4/-4 till end of turn. 5, destroy it. 6, exile it. Well, I'm going to stop right there for right now because my video is at 17 minutes and I got to keep these in a manageable size. So we had an interesting card there. I'll see you on the next Unfinity spoiler video.